A few years back, amateur YouTuber Dan Gryder made a shocking discovery concerning the infamous DB Cooper hijacking case. Is it true that the FBI has now officially reopened the case because of his investigation? First, here's a quick recap. On a fateful November afternoon in 1971, a mysterious middle-aged man hijacked Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 on its way to Seattle and threatened to blow up the plane unless authorities met his demands. He demanded $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes to be handed over to him in Seattle, where he would let the passengers go if he was given what he asked for. The authorities obliged and the plane took off once again. Subsequently, the man, who has since been referred to as DB Cooper, was able to jump from the plane and escape with the money. A small amount of physical evidence was recovered in subsequent years, including a portion of the ransom money that was discovered by a man and his son while vacationing on the Columbia River.
What his young son found was part of Cooper's loot, badly decomposed, in bundles, still in the same order when packed 9 years ago.
Regardless, no one has been able to conclusively determine who DB Cooper was or where he escaped to. Conclusively is the operative word here, since the FBI did have a suspect in mind. Just 5 months after the DB Cooper hijacking caper occurred, Richard McCoy II pulled off a similar crime. On April 7, 1972, he hijacked United Airlines Flight 855 over Colorado with a hand grenade and pistol. As in the Cooper case, McCoy asked for 4 parachutes and an even larger ransom of $500,000. He bailed out over Utah and would have likely gotten away if not for an acquaintance who he told about a foolproof method of hijacking a plane. The 29-year-old McCoy was a Vietnam veteran, helicopter pilot, skydiver, and member of the Utah National Guard. He also had serious financial troubles. The FBI arrested McCoy not long after the hijacking based on handwriting analysis and other evidence. A federal judge sentenced him to 45 years in prison after a trial. Then, in 1974, McCoy broke out of federal prison and died in a shootout with FBI agents in Virginia Beach. The FBI ruled out McCoy as DB Cooper because he didn't quite fit the hijacker's description. However, the agency may be rethinking its original assessment. This is where Dan Gryder and his independent investigation comes in. In 2020, Richard McCoy II's 2 children, Shante and Richard Rick McCoy III, broke a long-standing silence concerning their father. Following the death of their mother Karen, who they believed had been complicit in their father's crimes, the siblings contacted Gryder, a retired pilot who had been personally investigating the Cooper case for more than 20 years. While sifting through an outbuilding of the McCoy home in Cove City, North Carolina, Gryder came across a parachute stuffed into an old chest. After examining it, Gryder was pretty quick to posit that it was the one used in the DB Cooper hijacking.
You know what this is?
Yeah, that's supposedly the one he jumped out with the first time.
This is the DB Cooper parachute.
Why was he so certain? Being that the FBI has always known exactly what parachutes they gave DB Cooper on the day of the hijacking, they, and independent investigators like Gryder, have always known exactly what to look for. They turned the new evidence over to the FBI, which also combed through the house. The agency, as part of a long-standing policy, will neither confirm nor deny whether it has reopened its investigation into the more than 50-year-old case. However, in a recent update to his investigation, Gryder was able to confirm, at least vaguely, that the Bureau was investigating the area where he found the parachute after watching the first 2 parts of his documentary on YouTube.
Alright, so I just videotaped 8 FBI cars coming down this road.
Not that this officially proves anything, but it's certainly a major turn of events. Perhaps in the near future, the FBI will come forward and make the announcement that many have been waiting for quite some time.